Hillary Clinton was one of the most unpopular candidates in presidential history. Despite her high profile and Washington experience, she was strongly disliked by her own party. After her embarrassing loss to Donald Trump, Hillary refused to go away like other general election losers. Instead, she's reminding everyone why they didn't vote for her. Hillary recently ruffled feathers when she contributed to the smear on the Supreme Court Justice nominee Brett Kavanaugh. Despite a squeaky clean record, Democrats have been trying for months to besmirch his good name. First, they tried with stories about buying baseball tickets with credit cards. And just when his confirmation was about to go through, the Democrats used an old smear tactic. They trotted out a highly questionable sexual assault allegation from 36 years ago. Many people on the right immediately challenged the veracity of the claims. That didn't stop Hillary from jumping into the controversy with both feet.
So I'm hoping that at some point there will be an agreement to have an investigation. It would be very easy for the FBI to go back and finish the background investigation, to investigate these charges. And, maybe find out there's nothing to them, maybe find out there is something to them, but at least have that investigation completed. And I think that's what is a fair request for due process to be asked for.
Exactly what the FBI is supposed to investigate is unclear. Kavanaugh's accuser, Christine Blasey Ford, is unclear about the year the alleged assault happened, the location, and the people at the supposed party. Everyone she claimed was at the party denied it ever happened. The hypocrisy of Hillary and the Democrats wasn't lost on Bill Clinton rape accuser Juanita Broaddrick. While the left is trying to destroy Kavanaugh for an alleged misdemeanor from 36 years ago, they gave Bill Clinton a pass for a far more serious claim. Fox News host Tucker Carlson joined Broaddrick in calling out the blatant hypocrisy and double standard employed by Hillary.
Now just pause for a minute and savor this. Imagine you're Hillary Clinton. Imagine saying something like that. You'd have to believe that the internet doesn't exist, that there was no record at all of anything you had ever said in public about claims of sexual abuse. Well, as it happens, we have access to the internet here, as well as a pretty long memory. Hillary Clinton has said an awful lot about sexual assault allegations, credible allegations, including of rape, all of them aimed at her husband Bill, from many women over many years. Hillary sounded a lot different then, like a totally different person. Of course, she was fighting to keep political power, and that gave her another perspective. Watch as Hillary Clinton dismisses and belittles the claims of female abuse survivors.
We're right in the middle of a rather vigorous feeding frenzy right now, and people are saying all kinds of things and putting out rumor and innuendo. It's just a very unfortunate turn of events that we are using the criminal justice system to try to achieve political ends in this country. And I just think that a lot of this is deliberately designed to sensationalize charges against my husband because everything else they've tried has failed. The great story here, for anybody willing to find it and write about it and explain it, is this vast right-wing conspiracy that has been conspiring against my husband since the day he announced for president.
As Ford's allegations against Kavanaugh have lost steam, a second questionable accusation against him was made, this time from Deborah Ramirez, a fellow student at Yale. She admittedly was very drunk during a gathering when a male student allegedly exposed himself to her. She said she finally came forward after 6 days of digging through her memory and consulting lawyers. Ramirez's story was so flimsy, even the New York Times and Washington Post refused to run it after dozens of witnesses wouldn't corroborate her claim. But Democrats got even more desperate. Michael Avenatti, also known as Creepy Porn Lawyer, turned the smear into a complete circus when he said he had proof Kavanaugh operated a rape gang during his high school days. Needless to say, Kavanaugh vehemently denied all of the allegations.
I've never sexually assaulted anyone. I did not have sexual intercourse or anything close to sexual intercourse in high school or for many years thereafter. And the girls from the schools I went to and I were friends.
So you're saying that through all these years that are in question, you were a virgin?
That's correct.
Never had sexual intercourse with anyone in high school?
Correct.
And through what years in college, since we're probing into your personal life here?
Many years after. I'll leave it at that. Many years after.
The Democrats' obvious smear of Kavanaugh could backfire in unforeseen ways. They used the exact same tactics on Justin's Clarence Thomas in 1991 when he was nominated by George H.W. Bush. One of the people who watched the farce and as a result gradually became a conservative was the late Andrew Breitbart.
I watched that, initially rooting for Clarence Thomas to be taken down. By the very end, I believed the seeds of my future were planted right there when I realized that Ted Kennedy knew something. What did he know? That he could ask Clarence Thomas these questions of a man who came from humble beginnings as an African American. What did he know about the media? What did he know about the political process? What did he know about Hollywood? That they would side with a known Lothario, with Chappaquiddick, in his background, that they would allow for him and his allies in the Democratic Party to ask this man, in the realm of privacy, have you ever rented any pornography? Do you know who Long Dong Silver is? It was so obvious that this was a takedown that eventually I started to see things through what I call the Democrat media complex.
People are waking up to the left's dirty tactics. If they aren't careful, they could give rise to the next alternative media mogul. If you would like more real news that you can trust, please subscribe to our YouTube channel.